Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli and this is Vigorelli Institute. I want to talk about another movie. Okay, this one I do own, called Game Night. This came out in 2018. I actually saw this in theaters back when I still went to theaters. Thank COVID for that. Moving on. Well, back in 18, knowledge of calling things woke wasn't really a thing, okay? That wouldn't happen for a little while. It was, it was there, but nobody really talked about it, big deal, okay? Well, this movie was distributed by Warner Brothers, okay? And it is about a group of friends that get together and play games. I have done this. This does take place in LA. They are, I would say, upper middle class, okay? They live in a nice neighborhood. All their friends kind of live in a similar way, and the two here on the cover, highly competitive. They're also in a relationship. They actually got into the relationship, you find out at the start of the movie, because of a trivia night at a local bar, and they were both running their teams and they were neck and neck, and yeah, they just asked each other out and blossom. Okay, well, so they start having weekly game nights with their friends, and their neighbor is a cop. Recently lost his wife. And he talks like this. He's very bland, very simple, highly logical. Okay? And he's got a little white dog that he loves dearly. I know it's meant to be funny. This is a comedy, apparently. Okay, and when I saw it in theaters, I thought it was actually kind of funny. There were quite a few jokes that I laughed at. For example, in most movies, when you introduce something breakable, something has to break it. It's usually a human body. Okay, I don't know why when you're breaking a glass table, nobody ever gets a shard in them, but, that's me. Okay, so it was fun back in 18, and last time I had seen it was in the theater, hadn't thought two things about it, so a few months ago I bought this. Okay, watched it 2 weeks ago. Fresh eyes, different views. Wow, it's different. Okay, so what happens in the movie is they're having a game night, and they don't want the cop guy to come over because he's kind of a weirdo, okay? And he's like super mopey about losing his wife, and that's all he can think about, and they just don't want him around. He needs to heal, but they're being cowards and not telling him about it, so they start sneaking around, and he figures it out because he's a freaking cop. Okay? So he decides to get back at him. He's going to host a game night too. Oh yes. But we don't know that table. So this dude's brother shows up to the game night, and he's bragging about all kinds of stuff that he's done. Well, we come to find out later he's a liar, and he never actually did that stuff. He's a total tool, and he's actually wanted by an organized crime ring. Yeah, they're trying to kill him. So hijinks ensue. They think it's a game, and the horror, people are getting hurt. And it's little stuff here and there. Okay, like one group is a couple, and they had broken up and gotten back together, and well, she decided that she was going to, hook up with a guy who she thought was Denzel Washington. No, it was a lookalike, and she's an idiot. Yes, that's the joke. Laugh, damn it. Okay? And the other stuff, it's, nowadays looking back on it, it's kind of contrived. Okay? It makes kind of sort of sense in the universe, but because of the writing style being used, it feels like they didn't have a finished script And it was basically, okay, we're here, do funny thing. Like, nobody wrote a joke, so they are left to improvise what happens. So you get what's called drag on humor, okay? Which is something happens, I comment on it. It's kind of sort of funny because you weren't expecting it because it was clever, and then somebody else adds to it, adds to it, adds to it, adds to it. And then about 2 minutes later you go like, can we get back to the story already? I understand, yeah, you're funny, but come on, I have things to do now. Okay? So what happens is as we're cruising along in the story, there's plot points, and yes, this does technically have a plot. It's just a very loose one. Yeah, a lot of improv here, especially from Jason. Okay, Rachel McAdams, I think, is actually a fantastic actress. Okay, and Jason can hold his own. Okay, I've seen a lot of stuff he's been in. He's actually quite good. This was done in such a way, though, that it was lazy. Okay, there's one couple in here. There's a guy. He's kind of a meathead. And he brings this hot British chick around who's like 10, 15 years older than him. She can't stand him, but they get stuck together. And he's like, well, you know, after all the hijinks are done, he's like, you know, I actually had a really good time with you. She said, well, that's great. Bye. It was like, what? So all of that was pointless. Okay? See, there's a thing called payoff. Okay? When you set something up, you need the payoff no late. If you set something up in Act 1, it needs to pay off no later than the start of Act 3. Okay? If it's an inconsequential, well, it shouldn't be inconsequential, but if it is not necessarily tied to the climax of the story, which should happen late Act 2, mid-Act 3-ish, it needs to either pay off as a result of the climax or help to cause the climax to happen. Their little subplot didn't. It had absolutely no bearing. If I extract that subplot, the story still happens. It's pointless. Yeah. I have to keep the characters there because they do actually feed into the plot. However, their subplot has no bearing on the general plot. Okay? They do take part in the main plot, kind of. Okay? A lot of this has got some character bloat. The story around it all, I would have told it a lot different way. Okay? The main beats of the story, yeah, are totally fine. But it's just not well written. Okay? This was actually an early sign of everything that we are seeing right now. Okay? This holds a lot of the same problems that Ghostbusters 2016 did. Okay? Also holds a lot of the bloat and the message that we started seeing in full force in 2019, long before things really got rolling as a result of virus of unknown origin detected. Okay? It was starting, it was gaining steam at that time, and then everything got locked down and went hardcore with it, and now things are falling apart. Okay? But don't worry, you have people to pick up the pieces. And others. Okay? That's where the Iron Age comes in. Guys, if you are inclined to make movies, you can probably do better than this. Okay? Honestly speaking, using a grading scale on this, I'd give it a C+, B-. It's passable. It's watchable, kind of. You know, it could be on in the background, one of those things like, dude, it's Saturday, I don't care. It's Sunday, I don't care. I just want to sit back and relax before I've got to go to work tomorrow. Okay? Okay? That's what this movie is. Okay? And that's also why I bought this at Walmart in the discount bin. Yeah. So if you are inclined to make movies, you're inclined to write books, comics, music, dive in, dude. Okay? Lots of avenues to get it out there. Okay? If you want, put it on YouTube, put it on Rumble. Lots of ways you can showcase. Okay? Getting it really out there, you're going to need avenues. Twitter's a really good one. Facebook, kind of, sorta. You got to say the right stuff. YouTube, they want you. Okay? But you can do it. Okay? I'm doing it right now. In fact, my links are in the description. Okay? Yes, this video is sponsored by me. Okay? I've got my flag. I've got those. Yeah. Okay. Those will not be up for sale anytime soon. Let's go ahead. There we go. And I've got other things on the website, like so. Okay. I've got water bottles, puzzles, even metal artwork. Oh yeah. Diddly-dee. Okay. All that, links in the description. Okay? Feel free to follow me on Twitter. So, like, share, leave a comment, yell at me. I don't care. Okay? You take care, guys. I'll be back later. Bye-bye.